Hello, and welcome to this week's Monkey Nut Punch podcast with me, your fabulous host, Gareth, and then there's Keith.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome back.
Thank you. I was a bit ill last week. In fact, I was kind of very ill. Out of all orifices.
Yeah.
So how's the heat?
It's fine. The problem is, in my house, I've only got one room with air conditioning in, and my wife's like, "Oh, I had such trouble going to sleep last night because of the noise of the air conditioner," and I'm like, "Bitch, please."
I wear earplugs. I can't. I mean, I don't like the noise of the air conditioner, but I know that I can damn well sleep without it. So I wear earplugs. That's my solution. My wife can just sleep through anything. I mean, she can sleep through a freaking storm if the dog wasn't smacking her over the head. But yeah, I can't. So I know, but I wear earplugs. Anyway, what you been watching?
I have been watching From, and I've been watching the US version of The Traitors, which I find absolutely great to watch. Michael Rappaport, it was great. There's a guy I like on it called Ron Funches. He just got voted out, and he was like the most normal person in the entire group. And it was great because he got to the end, and he's like, "Oh, you're going to vote me out? Okay, well, if you're going to vote me out, I'm going to take the opportunity to say goodbye." And you could see a chunk of them going, "He's not a fucking traitor." And they all changed their minds, apart from it was still not enough to stop him from leaving. But yeah, it was entertaining. Michael Rappaport, what a fucking arsehole. He was in there too because it was like more celebrity than kind of regular people. And yeah, it's entertaining. From getting to From quite well. I'm just waiting for them to tell me it is the little boy's nightmare made manifest. But the question is, given the way it works, I don't know which version of the little boy it is. And I think that the two characters, Tabitha and Jade, may have been the ones to do the child sacrifice to cause the problems in the first place. And the boy popping up is how can I put it? Manifestation of their guilt, which is causing all this thing, and that's why it's all like a fucking nightmare.
It's got a season 5 final.
Yep, final season 5. They're planning for it, and it looks like it's going somewhere. Unlike Lost, but it's not by the same creators as Lost. So because of that, I've got a bit more faith that it's going to land somewhere. But there's quite a few things in there, and I've got to sneeze.
I mean, what I've been watching so much. I saw Avatar. That was quite good, but by God, it suffers from 3-year gap. Because the kid is like twice the height he was before.
Yeah.
And you know, the old kahunas have dropped, so his voice has gone from a squeaky little voice to to a kid to like, "I know, my name's Aang and I'm the Avatar." But that was so I watched that.
I thought you meant Avatar Fire, Ice and Fire.
No.
And Ash.
No.
Because that's out on Disney Plus. That was out on Disney Plus Friday. That's what I thought you watched.
Yeah, I saw that a couple of weeks ago, actually. I saw downloaded it. So no, I watched Avatar: The Last End, but I watched We Will Find You. I Will Find You. That Netflix thing with the dude out of the other Avatar, the Avatar Fire. So that was silly but fun. It had the ginger chick out of Severance as well. That was fun. I saw Supergirl. I saw the season final, or what should have been the season final of House of Dragon, and by God, that would have been a great season final. And I don't think it works as a season opener because you ain't going to top that until the next season final. So it's like you're going to go like, so, but that was good. I mean, it was a good episode. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. So yeah, it's been a busy TV wise because I've been writing reports and shit. So I've just had something on in the background while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I even watched like the whole of Ted Lasso season 3 again just because. So, yeah. So it's a busy week.
Yeah, cool. It's
Mm.
yeah, it's a fun week for me. Just trying not to die in the heat because we don't believe in air conditioning in the UK. It's like Father Christmas and fairness doesn't exist. So, shall we get on with our first story? Yeah. Okay, so let's. Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
With every new trailer and promotional image from Spider-Man Brand New Day, Marvel fans are doing what Marvel fans do best, analyzing absolutely everything. A new theory highlighted by Digital Spy suggests that the film's biggest threat may not actually be a villain we're led to believe. Instead, clues throughout the marketing could point towards a larger mastermind behind the operations. An interesting theory, but it's important to stress at this stage the exact what is the theory built from official footage is span speculation rather than plot confirmed details. So I think it's the Shadow King. I think the Shadow King has infested Jean Grey and is trying to escape. So it wants Jean Grey to be out in like the wild, shall we say? And what it's doing is it's jumping from person to person to try and get back to Jean to infest her. And that bit where you see her in the office with Milchek, I can't remember the character's name, but I'm going to call him Milchek because that's what he is in.
Oh, he's an X-Men villain.
Yes, he's an X-Men villain. But in that bit in the office where she's saying that's the first time she escapes. Yeah, and that happens directly after the armored car chase. Yeah, so he has the armored car chase with him and the Punisher. The armored car chase gets to the facility, smashes through the wall. They open it up to find an old lady in there, and then the old lady then starts jumping around and then gets to Sadie Sink's Jean Grey. That's what I think it is, because Spider-Man's got some immunity to a few things here and there. It was demonstrated in No Way Home, where he's got the cube thing, and Strange is trying to grab it, and it's just not fucking happening because of his like spider sense that he's got. Plus the fact that he's been exposed to all of that stuff too, and all that magic. And I think what happens is Shadow King gets into her. She then fucks with Bruce Banner, who then he spends a good chunk of the movie trying to ramp up. I think also at the beginning something is happening to him. I'm worried that they're going to go down the whole magical spider totem storyline thing rather than just have it radioactive spider bite gave him powers, because I'll be honest with you, that'd be a bit shit. Spider-Man's mutant-y, superhuman science fiction-y, not magical. And I don't really want to go down the magical bit, and it kind of fits if he's becoming half man, half spider. It should be quite good. But that would also explain why the Hand are in there too, because I think the Hands deal with all magical shit. And yeah, that's going to be.
Some people have said it's the 10 rings, but I think it's the Hand. But some have speculated it could be the 10 rings ninjas.
How would it be the 10 ring ninjas? Because they're under control of Shang-Chi, and he's a good guy.
Exactly, I agree with you.
So that doesn't work.
But the Hand were defeated. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's only a month away.
Couple of names pop up for like hidden bad guys. Mr. Negative.
I've heard this. Now I don't think it is.
That could work, but we'd need to see someone touching someone, if that makes any sense, because he has to touch them in order to do it. So unless they've cut him touching people to make them negative, I don't think that's happening. Another one's the Kingpin. Now I reckon the Kingpin might be mentioned in it, but not in it, and that's only because of the Frank Castle Daredevil bit, because he's going to go to prison. He's going to come across Matt Murdock in the prison, and he's going to help him fight the Hand. So we know that. Kingpin. So Kingpin will be mentioned, but not in it. Then someone said Mephisto.
It's not Mephisto.
No,
I've heard he's coming back.
They could do Mephisto, but Mephisto would literally appear in it at the end. You wouldn't see him, and you still have whatever this bad guy is jumping from person to person, and then Mephisto would appear at the end because it doesn't work. Because Mephisto's not a jump. There is another character in there that it could be, which is a very C-list Spider-Man villain.
Which one?
The Persuader.
Hmm.
Yeah, who's kind of like Mr. Purple Man.
I've seen sort of some speculation that it's the Spider Queen. Others have said it's the Jackal. I'm not sure on that. Mr. Negative is another one. Karma, which I don't remember, but was a mutant.
Yeah.
And Sharitha, which I do remember from the cartoon.
But when you see the trailer, and we'll watch it later, there's a bit where it's like, kind of, did you deal with that monster inside of you?
This is why I kind of like your theory. I think your theory might be right.
But here's the twist. I reckon the Shadow King might be in Spider-Man to start with. That's why his eyes go black. Because the Shadow King's in him. So, yeah. I also think we're going to get a montage of Spider-Man fighting a load of villains for like the last 4 and a bit years. So you'll have a bit, and that will give Ned some of the stuff to put on his board, which is also in the thing too. I've been told, because this is the thing, is because I've watched the trailer. I was hoping to talk about it last week. I then went onto everyone's fan theories and started looking at them. And one of the fan theories was you can tell at what point you are in the movie by his web shooters. So if he's got his web shooters, it's the beginning. He hasn't got his web shooters, it's the second half of the film. And if he has his web shooters, it's the first half of the film. Yeah. So we've got that. So that's going to be interesting. We'll go into more detail with it. But at the moment, I don't think it's Mr. Negative. Don't think it's Kingpin. Don't think it's... If it's Mephisto, he'll turn up right at the end just to have a good fucking laugh because he set everything in motion. That's the only way Mephisto will work. Yeah? Because it's no way that. But you still have the Shadow King in there because he's the only character that I know of. But there may be some obscure character that I'm not aware of. Yeah, the problem is that my brain keeps going to fucking DC villains that can do similar things like that.
If it's Mephisto again, I mean, I have heard that Mephisto is coming back, but I was expecting to see him in Avengers rather than Spider-Man. I have heard of Mephisto's coming back again because obviously he was in that Iron, whatever it was, that god awful Riri Williams thing.
Yeah,
and played by Ali G.
Yeah.
What is I said? Oh, he's Mephisto, all right? But I like the Shadow King. It's quite a good theory. It's quite a good theory.
There's also a theory that they're going to set up Norman Osborn, which would make sense. But the question is it a post-credit scene set up, or is it going to be filled all the way through?
There's been a persistent rumor he's going to die at the end, and there's been persistent rumors that people don't like the ending.
See, this is the trick with in the Ultimate Spider-Man comic, mutant Norman Osborn as the Green Goblin kills Peter Parker outside his house in front of Miles Morales, which they could use to set up the next film. Fuck me, I don't think I know comics, but clearly I do. Clearly, there's something. Someone tells me shit and it sticks in. But yeah, it's one of those things where I think if the Shadow King is in there could be a guy in the background pulling the strings. Yeah, we could be having that. But we can have a look. Later when we go through the trailer, and talk about it in maybe some more detail and point at things and go, oh, it could be that, which is terrible for anyone listening on the podcast, to which we are grateful for you because we've been hitting 1,000 plus downloads a month quite easily, which is great. So thank you guys for listening. Most of you are in the States and the other half are in fucking Hong Kong. So I might hope probably in China rooting through Hong Kong, but hey. But with that, I think we should move on to our next story.
All right, Gold Member. Don't play the laughing boy. There are only 2 things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
What?
One of the biggest cults in modern science fiction is officially heading to TV. According to Variety, Peacock has ordered a series adaptation of Dungeon Crawler Carl, bringing Matt Dinniman's wildly popular lit RPG novels to the small screen. The project already has some serious genre pedigree, with Seth MacFarlane's Fuzzy Door Productions attached alongside Universal TV. If you've never heard of Dungeon Crawler Carl, don't be surprised. It isn't a household name the way that Expanse, The Wheel of Time are, but within the world of but it is within the world of audiobooks, fantasies, lit RPGs. It's become the biggest success story of the past few years. Didn't the dickhead have some issue with what's his mush, the Critical Drinker?
So originally Critical Drinker was used for the third book. To do with, I mean, he was terrible. I have to point out he was not good.
Yeah, but that's not the reason
why
he
they
didn't like
cast him. No, he's had to go him because I think, like everybody, he believes that he's misogynistic. Blah 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 blah.
He's Scottish.
I like Dungeon Crawler Carl, but having read all of the books now, I do realise that he seems to prioritise female heroes.
Oh no! Surprise, woman.
Yeah, it's difficult because I like the characters, right? So yes, it's surprise woman, but they are characters, right? And they are written characters with decent backstories, right? So it's kind of earned. But there seems to be an over usage of them, having read it. But the thing is, I like the characters. I really do like Carl. I kind of love Princess Donut. And so it's annoying because I do like the characters and I do like the stories. But if you were to step back and look at it dispassionately, he seems to overuse female heroes, and that makes me distrust the writer a little bit because Neil Gaiman. And I saw his post that he wrote about the Critical Drinker. I was like, where are you getting that from? And if I was a Critical Drinker, I would have sued his ass. But the thing is, the stories are good and they are funny. And it's the thing. I mean, I saw like series 2 of Ted had a Dungeons and Dragons episode. It was fucking great. And if it's kind of done in that style, it's going to be great. The problem is, like the guy that does the voices, right? The guy that does the audiobooks and does the voices. I think I've said this to you before. It's fucking Joe Swanson as Carl, right? Okay. I mean, and it is Joe Swanson. He sounds like Joe Swanson from Family Guy. The dude, right? And and I think in the 4th or 5th book, they actually got the guy that voices Joe Swanson in to play Carl's father and a sort of copy of Kyle. So like this exaggerated version of Kyle, and it was great. I think the actor's a little too old now to play Carl on screen, which would be a shame because actually you'd be fucking perfect as Carl. Yeah.
Well, one thing is Seth MacFarlane rather than Seth fucking Rogen, because Seth Rogen would have picked this up.
No.
And given what happened with the boys, fuck off Seth Rogen. All right? Let's be frank. I have no idea what this is like, yeah? So it's one of these ones where it's like kind of I always like to defend people who enjoy the source material, yeah? Because if you enjoy the source material and they're looking after you from that kind of source material perspective, then it usually turns out to be good. But, and this is a big but, yeah? Do you think this will translate onto the TV screen? Because the idea of a lit RPG book, yeah? If I was a fucking television producer and they went, there's this lit RPG book, and I'd be like, kind of, the fuck? Yeah, I'd be like, kind of...
correctly...
Well, done correctly, everything works. But done like mid-level, yeah? Would it work?
Yeah. It has to be done in the vein of Red Dwarf. because that is what it is. I mean, certainly the first book is heavily influenced by Hitchhikers, and I would say Red Dwarf. There's definitely some Red Dwarf sort of hints in there. I mean, you've got a talking fucking cat that thinks she's a princess. Princess Donut's going to have to be CGI throughout, but look, they can do that with Ted, right? The problem I think they're going to have with this is the audiobooks are so popular partly because of the guy that does the voice acting, right? The guy that does the voices, all the voices, especially of Princess Donut and Carl, is just an amazing voice actor, like one of the best. And his Carl voice and his Princess Donut voice, and to a lesser extent his Samantha voice is, I love that character. I mean, it's spot on. That character just makes me laugh, and it's the voice that gets me. It's the fucking voice. I mean, you know, it's basically a demigod trapped in the head of a fucking sex doll. And she's nuts, and she's like, "I will kill your mother." But then, like, once she turns up, I think in the 6th book, it's like, "Surprise, motherfuckers!" The voice is great, and it just makes me. I am constantly laughing at the audiobooks. You asked me, will it translate to TV? I don't know, because the guy that does some of the voices has got to be involved. If he is not the voice of Princess Donut, I don't know what will be.
I think what you've told me so far sounds like not live action. Animation, not a problem. Live action, that's where I think it falls apart.
You see, they've done.
I do think you're right with the Ted thing. They did the dungeon episode as like a test to see if it would work, or to see if they could make something like that. That, from me, sounds like that could be an opportunity there. But
the interesting thing is,
you've not told me. Let's just put it that way.
Well, let me tell you give you one more bit of information that might. So the guy that does the voices owns like his own audio company, if you like, and he has gone back and re-recorded them as radio plays. So he's got a cast of people, but he still does the voice of Kyle, and he still does the voice of Princess Donut, and therefore it works. All the other surrounding characters could be played by other people, with the exception of Samantha, who has not turned up yet, because his voice of Samantha is great. Now, if they, in the TV series, have him voicing Princess Donut and the characters that are aliens and therefore are going to be blatantly going to be CGI characters, as long as he can do some of those voices, it potentially has legs. But it's who they cast as Carl that is really fucking important. If he does the voice of Princess Donut, it works, because you don't know that it's a man, right? It's weird. His voice is so fucking spot on. You do not know it's a man. You forget that you're listening to the same actor, right? That's doing, because he has he's a mimic, and he has this ability just to completely, and you cannot hear when he's doing Carl and when he's doing Princess. They sound so separate.
Still not sold me on a live action.
I know, because I'm not sold on it.
Yeah,
but I'm not sold on it. But I think if they have the guy doing the voice of Donut and doing the voice of characters, the fans might buy it. But they've got to cast Cole right. But in the radio plays, they've added bits to it. Like, there's a lot more of because basically Earth is turned into a dungeon show that's broadcast across the universe, right? And there's an AI there's this Saki AI that just has, every time they do like the sort of like, when you get like the introductions and it's so sarcastic. And I love the AI introductions, but again, it's the voice partly. It's partly the voice and partly... But they did a lot more of that. They've also like added commentators. So they've got these two commentators. One of them is Scottish, and it just fucking works. It just works so well. And then they've got this like black dude who's like, who was an ex-dungeon person. And they were constantly fighting each other. And that works in the radio play. if they nail the humour and they nail everything else, it won't sound too woke. But they've got to nail it. And so, no, I'm not trying to sell on it because I'm not sold. But it largely depends on whether you get the voices of everybody. So, yeah, it largely depends on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to our next one. Let's have... I haven't had this one in a while.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
Love that. Could the Marvel Cinematic Universe finally be preparing to reveal that Wanda Maximoff was a mutant all along? That theory is gaining traction with a new wave of rumors surrounding Marvel's long-term plans for its so-called Mutant Saga. Cinema Blends highlighted the growing speculation that Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch could return in a way more closely aligned with her comic book origins, potentially rewriting part of her MCU backstory. Before anyone gets too excited, though, it is worth stressing that this is based on rumors and fan speculation. Marvel Studio has announced no such plans, and Elizabeth Olsen herself has not confirmed any upcoming return. I don't think she was returning. I think she got pissed off, didn't she? Her and Scarlett Johansson were like, "Nah, fuck this shit, I'm out." So yeah. Plus, at the same time, too, comic book daddy is Magneto. Yeah, and that's what made her a mutant. And they changed that already. And they got her powers from the Cosmic Cube and not from... So, yeah.
Well, now, yes, but they've also hinted at the mutant gene. And you could be argued that basically the Loki Wokey Pokey stick just wakened up her mutant genes. And they have kind of hinted at that. I mean, they hinted at that in her series, TV series. So they've sown seeds around that. So you could legitimately just say that it woke up their mutant genes. Yeah. But she died, unless she didn't. Now, they are about to do a reset. We know that. So, I mean, you could just bring back another version of her from a mirror universe, because we know that they're going to do like a collapse of the mirror, collapse of the sort of multiverse. And so some characters from the multiverse are going to end up in the main MCU. We know they're about to do that. The rumor is that the next phase 6 or whatever it's going to be is the mutant phase. I'm telling you, within 3 years we're going to hear X-Men versus Avengers. That's the next Avengers movie. I'm telling you, they're going to adapt that comic book line. It's all pointing at that. But you need the Scarlet Witch in that. You need the Scarlet Witch in that comic book series. So, and she is a villain. So, I genuinely think that's where they're going. If Jean Grey is in Spider-Man, which we think she is, I am almost certain that the next Avengers movie after these two will be Avengers versus X-Men.
I think no, I don't think it will be. It would be stupid for them to rush into that.
Well, they don't have to rush it. You can.
Do you think they're not going to rush it? They're rushing into Doomsday, for fuck's sake. If they rush into it, they'll fuck it up. There's a chance that Spider-Man will outperform Doomsday.
Yeah. But I think what you'll see is, I think there'll be a few years gap. I think we're looking at probably 3 or 4 years away. But I reckon that in the Marvel Studios right now, there is a plan, and you're going to have all these movies in Phase 6 introducing the characters, and the culmination will be X-Men versus thing. And you can set it up now. So you could do 4 or 5 movies. You could do a couple of like X-Men movies. You know, the new Avengers movie. You could do this in 4 or 5 movies.
Right. Let me state why that I don't think this will work. One, the Avengers are a fucking shit show at the moment. Yeah.
Yes.
And Doomsday is going to prove that they're a shit show. Yeah. You're going to have to establish the X-Men. Yeah. That's going to take 4 movies, I would say, if you want to do it properly, to establish them. So you've got to establish them, this, that, the other, and it's like kind of pitting them against each other might not necessarily be thingy. I would probably rest the Avengers and let the X-Men shoulder most of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because they can quite easily. There's enough there for them to do that, and then you can do the Avengers and bits show up on it. Because the thing was that the other thing too was that kind of like Bruce Banner was supposed to have mutant abilities, yeah. And the mutant thing inside him protected him and absorbed all that fucking gamma radiation. Did you ever read that story? It was like one of those weird, like, offshoot what if things that they did. I think they lent really heavily into it when they did the first Hulk movie.
I think it largely depends on where these 2 Avengers... Will Doomsday be the best one? No, I think Secret Wars will be. I think it's going to be the better of the 2 movies, but I might be wrong.
No, I don't think it will be. Seriously, would you like me to explain why?
Yeah, you can do, and you're probably right.
It's all about it's always they can always start, but they can never finish. Infinity War is a great example of that. Yeah, started it off, couldn't finish it off. Yeah, and it's going to be the same with other things. And I have a line of sweat across my fucking top.
I just. It could be the other way around. The thing is, you're going to have to end up with a Captain America, and I mean a Captain America, right? So you have to have a proper Captain America, not like, you know, a virtue signaled Captain America. You have to have a proper Captain America. You have to have a proper fucking Iron Man. And, you know, Thor's got to be around if you're going to do anything more with the Avengers. And it can't be the new Avengers team. They're a joke.
They're to get killed off at the beginning of Doomsday. You know that, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they're there for.
I personally think you're right, that I think the best Marvel film of this year is going to be Spider-Man 4. But we will see. I think they we will see. I still think that that's what they're leading to, regardless of whether they should lead there. I think that's where they're leading. It would make sense that if you're going to do the X-Men and you want to keep the Avengers around, that is one of the biggest in the comics to adapt, because they've already adapted the other big ones. You know, you had Civil War, which was involved the X-Men. I might like point out in the comics, but obviously you couldn't do it here. We know that Miss Marvel, or whatever her name was, is a mutant because they revealed that in the TV series. So the mutant gene's been around for a while. They just haven't explored it for a while. And we've had mutants turn up. I mean, you know, what's his face? Beast was at the end of one of the movies. I think it was the Marvels. I can't remember, but
oh yeah. Let's be about that first. Okay, let's move on to our next one.
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
One of the most beloved characters missing from the original Harry Potter films has finally been making its way to live action. According to Variety, Peter Serafinowicz has been cast as Peeves the Poltergeist in HBO's upcoming Harry Potter television series. Its casting announcement is likely to delight book fans because Peeves was famously cut out of the original films despite being one of Hogwarts' most memorable recurring characters. For many reasons, this isn't just another casting update. It's proof that HBO is serious, not really, about updating parts of the book and putting it on than it was for the big screen.
This annoys me even more, right? Because when I saw it, I went, yes. I did straight away. I was like, yes, right? And then I'm like, this pisses me off more. because most of the casting in this has been spot on. And Peter Serafinowicz can really do a Peeves. I mean, if we can't have who was originally cast as Peeves, who to this day we were robbed, absolutely fucking robbed of that because Rick Mayall as Peeves is just fucking perfect. But
well, he already did it in Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He already did he just yeah.
But this works for me. This is kind of like, yes, I can see this. I can see this. It depends if it's going to be a CGI character and he's just doing the voice. But his voices are just fucking great.
We can do the voice. Easy.
Yeah.
Because like they could just do it so he's like kind of like hollowy, ghosty sort of thing. I know he's like weird colours, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's
a poltergeist. He's solid. He can just float. It's. I did like this casting. I have to admit.
I always felt really sorry for fucking Filch because one, he hasn't got magic. Yeah, so when he clears something up, he does it the manual way. And Peeves was always fucking with everything.
Peeves is an arsehole.
Yeah,
but that's what makes him funny. Mm.
So yeah, it's. I've still got fucking Black Snape though.
I know, really. It just makes it worse, doesn't it? It makes it worse.
And it's the worst thing about it is it's just it changes parts of the story because now you have to think about it in certain ways which you didn't have to think about it previously, which I don't like. Yeah. And
this is Hollywood. When we get on to talking about Supergirl, it will. They are their own worst enemy right now. The only people that they have to blame for their failure is themselves. You look at what Amazon has done recently with Stargate, and you're just like, they don't learn from their mistakes. They just carry on. Oh, by the way, over 100,000 being picked up by all the mainstream fucking medias now. Like literally, it's such a big campaign. It's been even the fucking BBC's run a story on it.
I have to be honest with you. I'm scared of fucking Michael Shanks now. Michael Shanks is really fucking scary all of a sudden.
What's his face? You know the guy that was in Terminator 2, who was in the first episode of Atlantis.
Yeah.
Do you know who I mean? He's come out in favour of this, going, "What the fuck?" I mean, you've got all these major fucking Hollywood actors going, "What the fuck?"
If Joe Flanagan comes out, because Joe Flanagan tried to do up Atlantis, yeah, he'd sorted out studios and stuff in Ireland because they were going to give him like massive tax breaks on everything. So he got that sorted out for like 3 years. And he was going to get all the shit moved across to Ireland, but the thingies wouldn't release the rights to him, which he was really fucked off at. I appreciate that. And the really annoying thing is, if you listen to the creatives behind that, they had the whole story for the entire next season mapped out. They had new background, everything all mapped out. They had, and they would have delivered us 22 episodes, unlike the fucking streaming garbage that we get now. It's annoying. Anyway, Peter Serafinowicz as Peeves, Keith approves.
It's good
Keith
casting.
approves. He really does approve because he thinks it's that. So let's go on to our last story. I've burnt that one. I should have thought about it, but fuck.
Women, know your limits.
It's a question fans have been asking for more than 20 years, and according to the Radio Times, Mike Myers has once again hinted that he hasn't ruled out a fourth film where... Oh, crikey, did I miss? Oh, fuck. Colossian Powers will make a comeback. Sorry, I missed that line out. I was sitting there thinking, oh my God, it doesn't sound quite right. Latest comments suggest that the door remains open for the International Man of Mystery to return. The important thing to note is this isn't an announcement. This is no confirmed production, no release date, no script, no nothing. But after years of saying never say never, Myers is clearly clearly fond of the franchise, and that's enough to keep the fans talking again. And
The recent Verizon advert, where it's Dr. Evil, and he's got all the Dr. Evil cast back. So he's got, Scotty, and he does the whole Scotty do, and it's still fucking funny, right? And it's been really popular. It's been really, really popular, the Dr. Evil advert. I mean, he even got What's-Her-Face back, bring in the hounds! And it's been really, really popular. So there is still clear... I mean, I still quote these fucking films. Like, even now, we play our favourite freaking clip from it. It's like, and every time my wife sort of says, we've got to buy gold, I'm like, gold? I can't help myself. I love gold. But... I want to see another one. I mean, I'm smiling at that Dr. Evil advert. It just makes me smile and laugh.
Yeah, they could do it. So Dr. Evil's been frozen. He comes back and he's like, "What do you mean cancelled? Don't we assassinate people anymore? Cancel them."
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do a parody of Hollywood, it's good timing. It's good timing as long as it's done right. As long as it is a satirical look. Yeah, you could have like Austin cancelled because Austin can't behave the way you could do it. There's a lot you could do with this right now. But the Dr. Evil advert it's fucking great, and it shows that there are still a lot of people out there. But you can't make things for fans anymore.
I could see the whole DEI thing with the henchman. Because look at him, he's a fucking dwarf, and that one's in a wheelchair. And then you could have Austin Powers fight them, and it's like kind of, I don't know what to do here, because it's like you're in a wheelchair, blah, blah, blah. And that is like, maybe you did have a point.
There's a lot you could take the piss out of here.
There's loads of things you could take the piss out of.
And he said he's up for it. And the rumour is that there's no announcement yet, but the popularity of the Verizon adverts definitely lent towards bringing this back. I'd see it. I'd go watch another Austin Powers movie. I mean, my favourite one is the third one with the Goldmember, because I just love that fucking character. Where's your father? Hello, father. Hello, mother. It still cracks me up. Even now, it just cracks me up. Anyway.
You know that.
And twins, Basil. Twins.
Twins, Basil. Right. Let's see who hit. Biffa in first. Got COVID. My doctor ordered me to quarantine. I saw Supergirl at the screenings, basically empty. Oh, dear.
5 people in my cinema.
Sorry that you're feeling... I was feeling rough for a couple of weeks. I managed to... The difference between me and Keith is when I feel rough, I still did the podcast. I just coughed a lot. Everybody wanted Sydney Sweeney. He would have done it from the toilet, though, Keith. Everybody wanted Sydney Sweeney as Supergirl, but Hollywood keeps proving one thing. They don't care what fans want, and they're going to go out of business because of it. It's that simple.
That's obviously an in-joke, and you're in trouble.
Yeah, so... Morris had a birthday party yesterday, and I couldn't find any candles apart from a 6 and an O, and I wasn't going to put it down as 06, so naturally I put it down to 60.
You're a braver man than me.
Oh, yeah. But yes. I got COVID, my doctor ordered me... ordered me to quarantine, so I saw Super... Sorry, it just repeated itself.
Yeah, it's doubled over.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, it's doubled over. Spider-Man villain would be Paul Giamatti in Robotic Rhino. That would work.
He was the Robotic Rhino. In Spider-Man 2, what's his face? I get the joke. Because it ends with it at the beginning and at the end of Spider-Man 2, the what's his face one. The one before Tom Holland. Paul Giamatti is the Rhino in a robotic Rhino costume. Everybody hated it.
Yeah. Angel says he's late. You're late. Hello, I'm late too. No excuses. Just forgot despite being filmed upstairs. Lol. EJ Nexus. Hello, EJ Nexus.
It's okay.
Yeah, first time. What do you call it? First time commenter, long time listener. But thanks for that, Echo. That's me, Echo. For some reason, it's on my other account. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well. Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
So we got Steve. Biffa. They must recast Black Panther too. Yeah. My money's on Keith for Black Panther. Yeah, Keith for Black Panther. I just love him. Oh, hang on, my knees. Oh, my fucking knees. Oh, my knees. That's what it's going to be. We have the ex-Punisher, U1C. Hi, hello there. I hope they give us Mystique and Destiny Disney Plus series. Destiny. I know Mystique. Which one's Destiny in fucking X-Men?
Why does that ring a bell? It does ring a bell.
Fuck. Get Googling. Oh, yeah. Who does number 2 work for? Oh, you've got what's his bush in the cubicle next to him. Oh, look, here's a comment from my wife. I think 06 would have matched my mental age better.
Happy birthday, by the way. I didn't see it pop up on Facebook, so I apologise. But happy birthday, Tony. You're not 60. You don't even remotely look like it. He's, he's a braver man than me. I never would have done that.
Yeah, and then I put it over Instagram, and my sweat is like going up now. It's gone up into my arm. I'm just sitting there melting.
See,
it's not as hot as it's been, and it's like I can't have the fan on because it interferes with the fucking audio. I can't have the window open too much because that interferes with the audio. But hey.
It'll be over. It can only last for a couple of days. It's England. It'll be fucking cold and freezing and snowing next week.
Yeah.
And Wimbledon's on, so it's going to cool down. It's going to be raining because it always
Yes.
This is Ricky Gervais's new comedy.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
Hi, gang. How are we? Hungry, tired, full of hate and fury. Why? We're cats. So am I, and I'm none of those things. Sorry, I should have said we're cats with balls.
Bollocks, you heard of them?
Clever.
What's the plan for the day?
Try to find the kids' home. Get distracted immediately. Kill something. What's the biggest thing we could take down if we work together?
Dunno. Fat kid?
Yeah. Let's bag us a little wagyu fat kid.
How do you want to die?
Big fight.
Bosh! Yeah. How do you want to die?
Hand job?
How would you die of that?
Don't know, I panicked. Do you want to think about it?
Yeah, I've gone off the idea.
Okay, what then? Parkinson's.
Fucking hell.
Gosh. I wish I'd never been born.
Don't ever say that. Life is a gift. And you're a cat. Do you know how good that is? To be a cat.
Pretty good.
It's fucking great. Don't swear. This is Lara.
Hello.
I'm not committed yet, but
What?
I'm keeping my options open.
How are you?
Same here.
You?
I've got loads of options.
You haven't got any fucking
Yes, I
options.
have.
Like what?
Last night.
What did you do last night?
Fucked a rat.
Stop showing off and be yourself. What are you afraid of?
Not afraid of anything.
Well, bees.
Water.
Yeah.
Spiders.
Spiders don't count.
Why?
Maybe the fucking 8 legs and fucking 10 eyes the cunts have got.
Ow! What was that for?
What? I'm a cat. That's what cats do. Okay, here he comes. Here he comes. Wait for it. 1, 2.
Where was the 3?
I didn't say 3. I jumped on 3, didn't I?
Yeah, we were waiting for a 3.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
There's a set thing to these things, yeah?
Think. Fucking think.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Looks alright. It's got Diane Morgan, who I love. Diane Morgan. Philomena Clunk, one of the best TV characters of fucking all time. Ricky Gervais, yeah, it sounds good. I think I had Simon Pegg in there at the beginning.
I thought I heard him.
Yeah, he's got no balls because he's a house cat. Yeah, it's. Could be funny. Should be funny. I'll give it a watch. What's your thoughts on it?
Oh, it made me laugh. I don't. Ricky Gervais has been. I've seen his last 2 stand-ups, and he's been less David Brent and more stand-up, less sort of cringe comedy, and just saying what he fucking thinks. Yeah. And he is sensible, but in a very funny way. I've enjoyed his last 2 stand-ups. I did like his, I think it was called Afterlife, or his last comedy TV series, which was more of a dramedy than it was. And incidentally, the girlfriend in that was his wife in the show who played the wife in flashbacks. That was a wonderful TV series, and I'm kind of I'll watch this. It sounds funny. Sounds funny. Yeah.
All right, this is the one we're going to take our sweet fucking time. Here we go.
What is happening to me? Did you miss me, Spidey? I'm losing my mind. I am totally out of control. I gotta fix whatever this is right now.
Final semester MIT.
Dad, who do you think is actually watching these?
Maybe someone.
Okay, well, bye, someone.
What the? Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
So could you get rid of the bad aspects but keep the good?
How would you decide what parts of nature are good or bad?
Well, sorry about that.
You're not one of my students, are you?
It appears we're faced with a threat we can't control. One we can't even see. You're the only one who's immune to it. You're the only one who can sense it.
What do you think they're looking for?
Oh, see, you stumbled across my board. I'm not one of those weirdos, I swear.
He's a little weird. I'm MJ.
You two don't know each other?
Yo, Spider-Man, you okay? You get rid of that monster inside you?
Think I might go see how MJ's doing.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But he might.
I didn't know you could get that big.
Hey!
But you're in danger. You just have to trust me.
Fine.
This whole thing can get really scary.
Who the hell is that?
Who the hell are you?
Frank, please. I don't have anywhere else to go.
By the people who love you,
Just gonna let him go by himself?
love you because you're you.
If you're gonna do something, you better do it now.
Never forget that. No matter how powerful you become.
That's kind of cool.
I miss you, man.
Right.
Huh. All right. Just give me a
I
sec.
love this bit.
Give me a sec. I'm not in high school anymore. Oh. Did you stretch? You a big stretcher? It's so good for you. You ready?
Right. Okay. So let's put some bits together here. Fortunately for the listeners, this is going to be terrible because you're just going to hear me say and point at stuff, so you're going to have to use your imagination. So I think
What is happening to me?
that the main bad guy, as I said at the beginning, is the Shadow King. Yeah, but the Shadow King wants a vessel, but he wants someone with psychic abilities, someone strong. So in Legion, he was the bad guy in Legion. Yeah. So in this, it looks like it's going to be Sadie Sink's bloody Jean Grey. Yeah.
Did you miss me, Spidey?
So his eyes have gone black. Yeah. And in lots of TV shows and stuff, they always use eyes going black as an indication of some kind of possession. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that he possessed him, and somehow he managed to get rid of him, and he can't get back into him, which is pissed off the fucking Shadow King. Yeah.
I'm losing my mind.
Also, losing my mind kind of fits with a kind of possession sort of thing.
I am totally out of control.
Unless he's got the fucking Venom symbiote on him.
I gotta fix whatever this is right now.
Well,
He did lose a bit.
Well, it's not entirely out of the realms of impossibility
Yeah.
that it could be that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this right. So this is something because this is not my theory. This is someone else's theory, and it's quite a good one. Yeah. He's got the web. The web shooters are very clearly on the outside of his gloves. Yeah. So where you got the web, where they got the web shooters, yeah, you can tell what part of the film you're in, the beginning half or the first half or the second half, yeah. So every time you see the web shooters on him, it's the first half. Every time you see it, it's the back half, yeah. So it's like kind of, but now he's got organic webbing, like Peter Parker from the Sam Raimi trilogy. So we got that there, and it's kind of like all gooey and whatnot. And then it's like, mate, you got Hulk, who's going to be the bad guy at one point. And it's weird that they've got the Hulk and the Punisher in this, yeah? Because you've got two characters who pretty much revolve around anger and violence. One who chooses to use it, yeah? And one who chooses to run from it, yeah? So that's it kind of helps him set up this kind of, do I embrace what's happening? Do I fight what's happening? Yeah. Despite what he says with what would you pick from the good and bad aspects of kind of mutation and whatnot? Yeah. So, no, he hasn't got web shooters on that. So that's in the second half of the film. So, but sorry for listeners, but it's like this here. This is at the beginning part of the film. This is what I think has happened. So you got the web shooters on the arm there. Yeah. As I said, Sadie Sink's character, Jean Grey, is locked up. Yeah, and the Shadow King wants in. So it's jumping from person to person to try and get her. Yeah, and it found some old lady. Yeah, it's hijacked his APC and it's going to ram through the wall. And we see it ram through the wall. Yeah, so you've got matey here. So whatever building Milchek is in, yeah, it's that's where that APC's heading. Yeah, that's Sadie Sink's. Go back.
Yeah, it is.
So that's Sadie Sink's color, but they blanked her face out. So when you watch the film, you're about to see her face. Yeah?
Yep.
So that's it going through the wall. So it's literally that thing. That there, I think, is the Hulk doing the clap outside. Because if you play the game, you've got the raft, and the raft has, what do you call it? All the supervillains in, and that's roughly where it is in the games. So, yeah, it's there. Spider-Man Brand New Day will kill Peter Parker and introduce Miles Morales. I don't think they will. Beginning of the next one, I think they will. Or the end of the next one. I don't want Miles Morales. I'm sorry, don't want it. If they do that, Spider-Man's done and dusted until Peter Parker comes back. Or it could be the Shadow King. So it's that whole jump from person to person to person. And if you watched Legion, that's what the Shadow King pretty much did. So yeah. So yeah, it's like kind of his weird spider.
There, look, go back. Could this Latino Parker probably be the web singer? That is Miles Morales.
I don't want Miles Morales. But here, look, like gender, male, age 18 to 25, ethnicity white, Queen's accent, first appeared 2016. You can see there. We've got all those bits there. So yeah, you've got Ned here. I don't think they're going to set up Dingy. I don't like her as MJ still. She's not ginger enough. So that's wrong. And this is like kind of if you still got that monster inside you, yeah. Or it could be that Peter Parker's got the Shadow King in him, and Jean Grey's trying to stop, and it keeps jumping out of him every so often, trying to get to her. I do think the bad guy's the Shadow King because he's the only character I know in Marvel that does this body jumping. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's. Yes, so clearly
unless
that's
they give Jean Grey a new psycho ability, but I think that is Jean Grey, yes.
Yeah, so see that office there is clearly the same office that Milchek was in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not Milchek, but it's going to be Milchek for that. And then look, there's a smash thing there, and boom. and it's weird because for some reason it looks like when you had the thing, the Punisher wasn't as affected by it.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's an angry arsehole. But yeah, and it's weird. Him and the Punisher must get along enough for him to know where his secret hideout is. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like they're work colleagues for all intents and purposes. But yeah, see, this is probably some kind of weird nightmare thing. That's definitely the hand. And then Could he be possessed by the Shadow King at that point? We don't know. It'll be interesting, but that's not him there. Possessed by the Shadow King.
I mean, this is kind of the web tornado is kind of cool. The thing is, right? If they kill, you shouldn't kill Peter Parker. I'm sorry, you don't kill Peter Parker.
No. Well, look, fucking T'Challa went, and that fucked Black Panther.
Yeah, but T'Challa went because the actor died.
Yeah, I know,
and
but
they made the wrong decision of not recasting him. But this is slightly different. Intentionally killing him off. Tom Holland is extremely popular. If they kill him off, it's going to be, well, we'll see. We'll know in a month.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of with you. It does make sense when you said it. That was like, yeah, that does make a lot of sense. It does make a lot of sense.
It's the only one inside the Marvel universe that I know can do that. Because it's like kind of think of like Mirror Master can kind of do it. Yeah, as long as there's a reflective surface around in DC, but that's DC. That's not Marvel. And I'm stuck because it's like kind of Jean Grey doesn't body jump. Yeah, she can control multiple people at one time. She doesn't need to body jump. The Shadow King body jumps. Yeah, so yeah. But hey, it'll be interesting finding out. But you know that they've cut and they've altered a few things here and there.
Yes.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a month away, or just under a month away. So yeah. Silo starts this week, by the way. Rebecca Ferguson.
Oh, I've cancelled my thingy. So yeah.
You have to bring it back again. Because it starts this week. What do you want to talk? You've not seen a lot this week, have you?
No, nothing that we normally talk about. So unless you want to talk about the US version of the Traitors.
Well, I mean, I know that Biff has seen Supergirl. I will say that it is a much better structured film than Superman. In the fact that it at least has a structure.
Mm-hmm.
But what the hell were they doing hiring somebody that had a single writing credit on an obscure homemade movie in charge of a $200 million film? What the fuck were they doing? And it really does look like Guardians of the Galaxy, but it looks like Guardians of the Galaxy, every planet they visit is either Scotland or Iceland. And like literally every planet they go to is either, and actually I think they might have all been Iceland, and there were just bits that looked a bit like the Scottish Islands. But literally every planet they go to.
Keith, can I ask you a small favour?
Yeah.
Can you stop talking directly into microphone because you're overloading?
It's literally every planet that they go to is and it feels empty again. It has that same empty issue, and the bad guy was rubbish. There's no I mean, when you see even like mainstream headlines flattening this is the second movie in your relaunch of the DCU, and there was nothing in this film. There's no post-credit scene to introduce the next one. Kara is not likable. It is her going on a quest to save the dog. That is literally the whole movie.
Okay. The dog's Kryptonian, yeah?
Yes.
So you could just take it to Earth and let it bathe in the sun. Have I just
But
written
he was poisoned by... Yeah, but apparently it was poisoned by she keeps going to red sun so she can get drunk. So most of the time she's depowered. And apparently she's now apparently she is allergic to the color green because there's a planet that has a green.
Hold on, is she a fucking lantern?
Well, she's
I know the lanterns.
She goes to a
Green
planet with a
Lantern's
green sun that has the same effect on her as kryptonite does.
Right.
You can the writing is stupid. The writing is really bad. Right. Really bad.
The Green Lanterns had trouble with the colour yellow, yeah, because there's this famous thing where Batman fucks up the Green Lantern by painting a whole room yellow. Yeah, and he can't use his powers in that room. Because that's what Batman does. But it's not the same with Kryptonians, yeah? The red sun just means that they have no power.
It's not Kandor. The city that you see is Argo or something like that. It shows how much attention I was paying. The fight scenes are kind of good, but I don't think the actress can fight very well, so a lot of it was overblown CGI. There is a bit where she sort of jumps through a ceiling and it comes on an X4 and you go, okay, that's kind of cool. But she doesn't go on any kind of redemption journey. The writing is bad. The writing is bad. It is very much typical of the dumb writing that I've been complaining about for when I talk about how badly, one of the reasons that Academy failed was because it is so badly written. And it's typical of writers now. I think this actress is writing herself in Supergirl. Oh, this actress. Well, she was a failed actress that turned to be a screenwriter. She had one writing credit, and apparently she's put in charge of a $200 million movie.
Did you say one writing credit?
One writing credit. Yeah, I was going all Jonathan Gross. The green grass.
Green grass. Okay. So
you should go and see it because it doesn't cost you anything.
Time.
Meh.
Costs me time.
Structurally, it is better than Superman.
Okay.
It doesn't start at the beginning, but it has flashbacks that then make some sense. But you try and figure out where the flashbacks are in Superman's sort of timeline, you have no idea. I should be enthused and excited about this new DC universe, and I'm not.
Right. How was Lobo? Because I fucking hate.
He's playing Jason Momoa. He's great.
At one point does he do something and he goes, "My man," like that?
Near enough. I mean, he's Jason Momoa playing Jason Momoa, and there's nothing wrong with that because I like Jason Momoa. And he's pretty much, but he's just he's there and given stuff to do, but it's just like, we've got him in here, we better give him something to do, and it's kind of lame. He doesn't. Not a lot would change if he wasn't in that film.
Yeah.
It wouldn't affect the film if he wasn't there. She would still kick ass at the end of the movie, and I don't mean that as a good thing.
Did she do the the hero's journey where she found out she was amazing all along?
No, but this writer is so stupid. She missed out on something that could have been really fucking interesting. And I had this, and then I actually watched Critical Drinkers thing, and he said exactly the same thing as me, and I was kind of like, he's absolutely fucking right. So you have this character Ruthie who is totally miscast. The actress is rubbish. And throughout the whole movie, Ruthie is on some revenge thing, And Supergirl keeps saying to her, or Kara keeps saying to her, "Don't kill her, don't kill him. You know, it's not worth it. You're change, and it's not worth it. Blah 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 blah." Like, and spoiler, right? At the end, like, Ruth is somehow magically, 1 minute she's like this super thing, and the next minute she keeps getting her ass kicked. It's like, make your mind up what she is, right? She's either a naive young girl that can't fight for shit, or she can fight, but she can't be both. Because, 1 minute she seems to be like super powered, and the next minute it's done. And like, so there's a bit at the end where Supergirl talks her down from killing him, and then Supergirl goes over and kills him, and then it's just completely forgotten. Now, this could be an interesting setup between her and Superman. Like the final scene where she could have had like this admitted to killing this thing, and there could have been like this argument between her and Clark, and they just totally didn't even touch it. So the only interesting thing to happen in the movie they ignore.
See, what they could have done to make it interesting is Superman turns up at the end, he's killed the person, and he's like, right, you're coming back to Earth with me, and you're staying in the fortress until you fucking learn that you don't just turn around and kill people.
There's gonna be something in this film that's really going to annoy you, because it really annoys me. Is like they managed to get from planet to planet to planet in seconds, but at one point, Gareth, she flies to another planet. Now, last time I checked, Kryptonians cannot go faster than the speed of light in space. They still need a spaceship, right? And that's what you would have had to have done, or it would have taken her the best part of at least 4 years. She flies from one planet to the other one. It's going to annoy you. I'm just letting you know now. I'm just, warning you. Because I went, what the fuck? At other times, she's got this, like, camper van spaceship. But the other, like...
Winnebago with wings?
The thing that worked in Guardians of the Galaxy, right, because of the way Marvel Cinematic Universe was, that most worlds, whilst alien, are still kind of human. That's James Gunn's thing. There's weird things in there, but each world has, like, human things, like Drax has a different sort of thing, but there's kind of like human things across the whole of that universe that's created in Guardians of the Galaxy. In this, it doesn't work because she's on an alien planet in a bar and they're singing human songs. They're singing the girl from whatever it is. Dum, dum, da, 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 da. She's singing that in an alien bar on planet Iceland. One of the many planet Icelands that there is, because there's at least 3 or 4 planets that all look the fucking same.
Okay. Was this filmed in the UK?
I think part of it was filmed in Iceland, because there is a part that's volcanic. And I'm pretty damn sure, because initially I thought the planet where Ruthie is Scotland, but it could all be Iceland, actually.
Okay.
Because there are parts of, like, the Highlands that also could be in Iceland. And Iceland has volcanic landscape, and there is definitely the world that has both a yellow sun and a green sun, because apparently green sun acts the same way as kryptonite. So this writer's so stupid. It's not that she's allergic to kryptonite; she's allergic to the color green. But anyway, I think the whole thing was Iceland, and I think there's like 4 or 5 planets they go to. They're all the same. They all look the same. It does kind of have a Guardians of the Galaxy feel, but not as good. Not as rich as Guardians of the Galaxy. Because the thing about Guardians of the Galaxy, when they were going to different planets, they all looked different. And they felt like they had life. This feels very empty. Even though there's a cast, and like some of the planet, it still feels empty.
Okay. Is that a Doctor Who syndrome where it's like kind of we travel the universe
Yeah.
with no one around?
Yeah, it does feel a bit like that. It feels kind of insular, and yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I mean, it structurally it was a better movie. Structurally, but that's all I can say. It's badly written, and you can tell. The person who's wrote this movie doesn't know how to write people. Kara is entirely unlikable, but they didn't even make her interesting. I mean, what's her face? Millie Alcott does a good job. She's a good actress. And she plays the part well.
Can I just make a point that she looks like her hair smells?
Yeah. And it probably does because she's got puke in it. She's not a pleasant character. I mean, she is a alcoholic mess. And the thing is, when you see her backstory, you're meant to be sympathetic to her. But again, you can tell it's written by somebody that just doesn't... that's clearly lives in a Californian bubble and has never experienced real life. So because she does one good thing in a half-drunken state, that redeems her, apparently. You know, you can be a complete and utter fucking cunt for the entire fucking thing, excuse my language, but you do one good thing and apparently that's redemption, because that's what it's like apparently in Hollywood. They have lost the ability to write characters beyond what they, themselves. I mean, and it's on show here. It doesn't feel like a $200 million film. It doesn't. And it doesn't feel like it's a big... Because it doesn't start at the beginning, because it's not an origin story again, although you get her kind of origin in flashbacks. This is the second movie in a universe that they are meant to be building, right? The second movie in the MCU was, believe it or not, the Hulk, which Iron Man turns up in at the end, but you were excited because you felt like the building a universe. You got those post-credit scenes, and I know post-credit scenes are a bit of a cliche now because everybody does them, but this is where you connect. This is where you build the universe. This didn't feel like... This just felt like a James Gunn movie this felt almost Guardians of the Galaxy-esque, and it did not feel like it was in... Yeah, you've got Superman in it. It didn't feel connected, though. It didn't... Doesn't leave me... The new DCU is fucked. It's dead on arrival. Superman, to me, was still a mess. I mean, there are moments in that film that I like, and I understand why you like it, but structurally, it is an absolute freaking mess.
How is it a mess, exactly? Tell me.
What, Superman?
Yeah, how is it a mess?
Because it has no structure to it. There's no...
No, there's a structure. There is a structure.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't. It's
there
a fucking mess of a movie.
There is a...
It's a mess of a movie. It starts halfway through. You're questioning and going, what? You still do not understand Lex's hatred. There's no build up to that. It's just you feel like you are dropped in halfway through the bloody story, and there's no freaking flashbacks, right? And there's no explanation. You feel like you land halfway through a story, and you've got all of Lex's henchmen that you don't blink and you miss it explanation as to why they're all being the way they are. You don't understand it. It's a mess of a movie. That's why I look. I still think the better of the two movies is a Fantastic Four, because structurally it's got a beginning, a middle, and an end, right? That film doesn't have it.
Hang on, hold on. My argument for Fantastic Four, why it's not a good movie, is quite simple.
I didn't say it was a good movie. I didn't say it was a good movie. I'm not saying it's a good movie.
The other one is better because of Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, you can say the actors, a movie's bad because of the actor. You're right, but structurally, it's a better movie. Structurally, I'm not saying it is a better movie, but structurally, it is. And again, the Supergirl is structurally a better movie.
Suspension bridge.
You start the movie and you're like, oh, she's on a bender for her 23rd birthday. Bump, right? You don't have to be, and then you're introduced to her character by flashbacks, right? So at least they do that, and it works. But you are dropped in at the beginning of a story that it's trying to tell, not halfway through. Neither of these movies are very good. I found Superman really frustrating with that because it just felt like a mess. It just didn't. I remember the first time I saw it going, what is their motive? Why are all these henchmen being like that? What's the whole thing with Jimmy Olsen? And that's still not explained, by the way.
Hold on a second. Hold on one fucking moment here. Yeah. So I'm going to start putting some bits in here, and you're going to need to answer these. Yeah. So you've got Chitauri in Avengers. Yeah. Why are the Chitauri working for Loki? Who are the Chitauri? Where did the Chitauri come from?
They get that explained, though. You get that explained later on in the Avengers.
Where? In that film. It has to be within the film. Applying your logic, where in that film? Okay, all right. So we haven't got the Chitauri. Then let's move on to the terrorist organization that were holding the Iron Man prisoner in the mountain. What was their motivation?
10 rings.
No, they weren't. No.
They were
10 rings. 10 rings.
Yeah, they refer to
it, but they weren't the 10 rings. Yeah. So what was their motivation?
They're a paid henchman.
Yep. You can play exactly the same to Lex Luthor's guys.
Yeah, but
what you should have been asking is
the thing was, you know what they, because they're right from the beginning. You know what their motivation is. Evil Arab guys.
You don't need. No. You don't. No, hang on. You don't need the motivation for them. That's the wrong bit to fucking focus on. I have no idea what you focused on. What you should have been focused on was how the fuck did Lex Luthor make a pocket dimension?
Yeah, no, but I mean that's comic book. Yeah, but you could say the same about. No. You can't apply that logic because then you have to apply that.
Speaking, you have to let me finish speaking because you made a pocket dimension, and that's very key to the fucking story. Yeah. So where the fuck did he get the tech from? Where the hell was it from? An alien crashed alien spaceship? Was it from Superman's bloody lair? Yeah. Because that was the bit that drove the story at the end. Yeah. That needed a bit more fleshing out. Yeah. They mentioned bits here and there, but they didn't. Yeah, so you're applying the rules you're applying are wrong in places.
But that's what I was there questioning. I'm not gonna. So I'm sitting there in the cinema going, "Why are they all being dicks? What's the point of this? Why are there so many normal people being complete dicks? Right? Because they were. It made a point of like showing like middle-aged people and like different people that like. People you would think are working in a shop. That kind of,
Why are you focused on that?
Because that's what I focused on in the cinema. Because the pocket dimension thing, you can argue the same in all movies. Like you go and watch the Superman movie. There's been so many comic book movies like that have had fantastical technology that if you actually sat down and go, where did it come from? You would question.
Iron Man, you saw where the arc reactor came from.
Yes, but okay, you can argue.
Okay. So Iron Man, you saw where
that mentality. You could use that to break apart loads of different movies. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and
I kind of accept that because I've seen it so many times in so many movies.
You're doing it with the wrong bits. Yeah,
in your opinion, but that's how I focused on.
Actually, yeah, because it's like kind of you can get a group of people who think the same together in a room. We see it on the internet all the fucking time. We see it in the world all the time. That is human nature. Pocket dimension, not so much.
No, it wasn't human nature. That's the thing. It wasn't human nature. The way they were acting was not normal. Like, why were these normal people acting in such a strange way?
Hang on, what strange way were they acting in?
Well, like the people on the beach in the shirts, in the like Hawaiian beach shirts, like the people all around that had this level of vindictiveness that you don't know where it came from. Like you know all these people and they're all clapping when they're beating him, and it's like, why are they acting like this? That's what stood out to me. The fantastical pocket dimension stuff. That's timey-wimey mumbo-jumbo that you get in every film.
But it just happened, yeah?
There's loads of films like that.
Yeah, but hang on a second. It was the thing that caused the disaster at the end, yeah? And when you do these things, you have to kind of establish clear rules quite quickly, if that makes any sense. The rules that they did were throwaway things that weren't demonstrated, yeah? So, example, Harry Potter magic, it's like there's limitations to it, yeah? Flu powder, you got to say the right bloody thing, otherwise you wind up diagonally rather than diagonally, yeah?
That's because it's
so
a well-written story. Yeah?
Yeah? You have those rules for it. The people's motivation, yeah? Why?
That was the thing that struck me in the first film.
Stop! You're not letting me speak. It's quite frustrating. You can get people. Lex Luthor's smart enough to find people who think like him and employ them, isn't he?
But that's not who they were. Yes.
No. How do you know? You said there wasn't enough information. How do you know that?
Because I remember watching.
I can. No. It doesn't. No. I'm not accepting that because. AIM, for example, AIM in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's how I felt in the first film. That's what I remember. That's what stuck in my mind.
So the comment that it feels like the second film makes more sense than what you've said. Yeah? And I know why, because we've seen, Bruce Wayne's parents die so many fucking times, and that's the thing. It's just get on with the fucking film.
I'm going to maintain that you didn't need Superman's origin story, but you came in halfway through a story, which you don't in Supergirl. Structurally, Supergirl, you come in at the beginning of the story it's trying to tell. The story that Superman's trying to tell, you think you come in halfway through it. Right? And I mean, a lot of people agree with that. I don't. The thing about the henchmen and all the stuff is I remember sitting there in the film going, why are they acting like this? That's the thing that I remember when I sat down in the first film going, why are they acting like this?
Asking the wrong bloody question.
It doesn't matter when I was asking the wrong question. I'm not the only one that asked it. That's what I was thinking in it. If we're going to focus on the Pocket Rock universe, you're right. But that mentality can be applied to so many movies out there. The same thing. There's so many fantastical inventions that never
imply to one, and I will. And if it's good, yeah, you will know that they establish it. They establish rules. So, for example, yeah, time travel in Back to the Future. Okay, what rules are established? Whatever it is that it requires massive amounts of energy.
But Back to the Future is not.
Hold on. No. You asked for a fantastical thing. I give an example. They establish a rule. This needs this amount thingy. You need to get up to 88 miles per hour in order to go back into time. You get to the end. You need the power, which comes from the lightning bolt, and you need him to get up to 88 miles an hour.
Yes.
Yeah.
That has rules.
Both established. So you put the rules there at the front of it, so it makes sense when you get through. That's what I'm talking about, which I feel.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but I'm saying that the lot you're saying that but there are lots of movies where that they don't have the rules exactly the same. Dr. Bloody Who's. Sonic Screwdriver that saves the day halfway through that supposedly has a set of rules that breaks it all the time, right? And saves the day with a Sonic Screwdriver.
Example.
There are the episode with the cubes. Even you went, that's dumb, because I remember we both agreed on it.
That was a Chris Chibnall one. I'm trying to.
It probably was.
Because Russell T Davis and Stephen Moffat had rules in regards to the Sonic Screwdriver wasn't allowed to save the day.
If you think about it, you're right about the pocket. I'm not denying what you're saying. It's right, but it's not.
I do not get your henchmanship. It really makes no fucking sense.
That's the thing that stuck to me.
There are jokes in the fucking Venture Brothers.
No, there's one line. I went back and watched it, and there's a line as to what motivates them and why they're acting the way there is. There's a line in there, but it's blink and you miss it. That then explains where they came from. Because I felt like I'll tell you what it is. Okay, I'll explain it better. I felt like I was missing something. I was missing the beginning, the thing that explained the setup. Right? I felt like that wasn't there.
But Keith, that beginning bit that you're missing is not the same as the motivation. You do not care. Trust me, you have never cared.
Maybe I'm
articulating
it wrong.
You have never cared about the motivation of any henchman in any films that we have ever reviewed.
So let me articulate it better.
Yeah,
it's not so much the motivation I think that bothered me. It was I felt like they're there for a reason. What am I missing? Because I felt like I was missing something. I felt it's not so maybe motivation's the wrong word. An explanation of what they were doing there. Because they were clearly there for a reason. And there is a line in Superman. I'm trying to remember where it is. There is a line that explains it. Right? But I remember going, why are they here? What am I missing? There is an explanation for this. Right? Why are there loads of like normal everyday people in Hawaiian shirts on a fucking beach? Right? Why? Why are they there? And there's a reason for it, because they're all in the same shirt. There's a reason for it. It's the same as your Pocket Universe thing. It's the same fucking logic.
Okay, no. I can. Would you like to tell you why they're on the fucking beach? Because I know it's obvious why they're on the fucking beach. Because that's where the fucking pocket dimension starts, and they've got.
Yes, but why are they all in Hawaiian shirts, and why do they all look?
Because it looks
people,
weird
not
if you're
scientists.
on the beach and you're not. If you wander away from that and you're in
they're
a
all
military
in the same
uniform,
Hawaiian shirt, and they all look like people that
corporate stooges. You fucking idiot!
But they didn't look like corporate stooges. They didn't look. They look like different people from different walks of. Go watch. I can't explain.
I've watched it about 3 fucking times, Keith.
Yes,
and I don't
and
get
it's
this.
still a bad.
There's no fucking logic.
It's a
in it. I know
badly
that
structured movie.
Right,
it is badly structured.
It starts from Act 2. That's
Yes!
the first thing. It starts from Act 2.
Thank you.
Yeah?
We can agree on that, right?
Starts from Act 2. But saying that, Fantastic Beasts, the second film, had a first and a third act and no second act.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
Right. But I'll be honest with you, you focusing on the guys, is the most pathetic crap. I know I hate people going into space without spacesuits, yeah? That drives me fucking nuts, yeah? Because I know that you'd boil and freeze and all this other shit, yeah? And I know it's a petty peeve of mine. But you're one here with these people. It makes no fucking sense. You are committing crimes against logic.
No, I'm not. Because
Yes,
we've got to watch the movie. Well, no, what we've got to do is when I come back, I'll sit down with you and watch the film, and then I'll go and I'll explain it better, because I don't think I'm articulating it very well.
Right, no, stop. The ninjas who worked for fucking Ra's al Ghul in Batman Begins, can you explain their motivation and their logic, please?
What?
Batman Begins. Ra's al Ghul. He had a load of henchmen working for him. What was their logic? They were very varied.
They're all working for him, and they have a goal. They want to bring down cities, because they're trying to bring chaos, aren't they? They are trying to. They think the world has been taken over by evil, and they're trying to end that. So they're basically doing God's whole wrath thing of, ending floods. 40 days and 40 nights kind of thing.
Why can't the motivation to stop Superman, because they think he's dangerous, like Lex Luthor does, because they're like-minded individuals, apply to the people in Superman?
They didn't feel like that. That's the thing. They didn't feel like that. They didn't feel like henchmen. I think what I'm trying to say is, when I was looking at these people, if they'd all been like generic... do you know like the Austin Powers henchman joke? You remember the Austin Powers henchman joke?
Yeah,
he had a family. But they're all the same. They're all like universally the same people, until there's a joke where he kills one of them has a family and the kids, right? And it shows the family and the kids never coming home, right? But you don't think that, because you think henchmen, because they're all generic.
Okay.
Right? They weren't generic. They were all like... different.
So you're telling me if I put some effort into making individually craft henchmen, you go, "Oh, I don't like that."
No,
but
it's not that. It's I'm not articulating this well.
No, you're not, and that's supposed to be my name.
I know what I'm trying to say. I can't get it out.
I think that you heard something from somewhere, and you're.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I remember watching the film. I remember sitting there. Do you remember like the guy that's getting really overly going, yeah, I'm killing him, like that? I remember being bothered by him in the cinema. Then I was like, there were all these people doing things that just didn't make any fucking sense, right? And I'm sitting there going, why are they being like this? What am I missing? What have we not seen? What is missing? And I think you've said it, because it starts in Act 2. And in Act 1, you would have seen where all these people came from. And there is a line that does explain it.
Keith, right, hang on a second. Whoa, you're confusing things here. You wouldn't have seen that.
Yeah, you would.
No, you wouldn't.
And there's a line in the film. There is a line in the film. It
No,
says,
you
what was the line? What was the fucking line in the film?
Keith,
Because when
you
I went
wouldn't have
back and
seen
watched it a second time, there's a line.
Seriously, you wouldn't have seen it because they wouldn't bother with fucking henchmen like that. You get the one henchman in there, like
But they're not henchmen.
the woman in fucking things. They are henchmen. They're different.
All the
types of
people.
henchmen. Do you know
All
what
the
I think bothers you most about these henchmen? Yeah, these henchmen doing their henchman stuff are closer to you than they are to, like, say, bullies or anything. Yeah. So when you have like someone who's is quite physical and an asshole, yeah, and you go, right, I don't like you because I've dealt with you in my life, yeah. But when you see a tech bro henchman, like we were getting there, because they were tech bro henchmen. Come on, you have to say that they were tech bro henchmen. Yeah, they're a bit closer to you, so maybe, just maybe, hit a little close to home.
I'm not sitting there going, fuck off. You
are sitting there going, he's fucking, that could be me. I'm not a bad guy. Fuck these henchmen. I want to know why he became a bad guy. Because I bet you it's something, I bet you he kicked a cat. Yeah, he kicked a cat. He put a cat in a wheelie bin. Yeah, and got caught. And then got cancelled online. I think that might be what bothered you, because it maybe feels like it's a little too close to that. It didn't bother me. As I said, starting from Act 2 bothered me. The pocket dimension, where the fuck did he get the pocket dimension thing? That bothered
But
me.
shit like that always bothers you, right? And I knew watching Supergirl last night. The first thing I saw, when normally I would not bother. I would just go stupid, but accept it, right? But I knew watching that, where she flies from one planet to another, the fucking first thing that came into mind, that will piss Gareth off. That will wind him up. And now he's winding me up because the fucker has
because you're associating the henchmen in Superman.
No, I'm not. I'm wound up because I know you're fucking right.
Admit
the thing is, right? I never really used to notice people floating in space, right? I never used to notice. You're probably right about me associating the tech bros thing. You probably are right, right? I hate to admit it, but you're probably right. Right, so I will admit that. I'm big enough and man enough to admit that, right? But the thing was, right, I'm watching that film yesterday. I notice shit like this now because after going to watch Guardians of the Galaxy, think it's the best movie ever, and we came out, I was like, I fucking love that movie. You go, really pissed me off about that guy in space. I notice shit like that now, and I used to just accept that, right? So the pocket universe thing, you're right, by the way, but I just kind of accept it. But I see shit in movies now, and the first thing that comes into my mind is, Gareth's gonna hate that, and now I hate it, and fuck you.
Do you know what the spacesuit thing comes from?
Go on.
It comes from a Gary Anderson TV show called XL Fireball 5.
I think I remember that.
Because they used to go out in space with like spacesuits, but the fucking Thunderbirds wouldn't. No, they go in spacesuits, but these fuckers would. I like, what the fuck? Little Andy Pandy should be dead. Yeah, that's when it first bothered me, and I was quite young, quite fucking young, and it stuck with me. Figure out why it bothers you, because it bothers me that you can't explain it more. If that makes any sense.
I remember being very bothered by them and the people on the beach.
Please go away.
In the first time I watched it. But I know there's a line. I will say there is a line that explains what bothered me.
Hold on.
And I now need to go and watch. You're going to make me watch this fucking film again.
Right. We don't have enough online storage for you to figure it out while we're alive, all right?
I'm going to have to watch this film again with and talk about it.
Go figure it out. Seriously, go figure it out. Because for me, it was the pocket universe and the fact that it started at the beginning of Act 2.
One of the things that really did bother me is I knew we were missing something. I knew we were missing an explanation. There is a line that I missed the first time round. The second time I watched it, it kind of explained it. But it bothers me that you start in Act 2. That does bother me. And I don't think it is a structurally well put together film. And I think there's too many characters in it. And I think, and unfortunately, Supergirl is the complete opposite of that. There isn't enough characters in it. Neither of these films are balanced. Neither of them are balanced. That being said, you know, for the amount of time that Momoa's on screen, he's great. But he is just playing Jason Momoa as Lobo. But there's nothing wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that because he's likable. And he, you know, he's riding around on his bike, biting off grenades and lobbing them everywhere. And that just works for me. And when he's not biting off grenades, he's got a cigar in his face with evil red eyes. Yeah.
So I've heard that he's only the Lobo, who I can't fucking stand because it's just like kind of, oh, he can't be killed. Why can't he be killed? Because he's the last one of his only kind and they can only be killed by each other. And he killed all his own kind. I mean, it's just one of those. It feels like a fucking 5-year-old's made the story up.
I don't think she says he's a god. She said he's basically a god.
He's not.
That's what she says. She's scared of him. So she calls him a god. But I don't remember Lobo being a god.
No, he wasn't. He was a prick. He was seriously. His backstory is he's a prick. He wiped out his entire people because he's a prick. Yeah.
He's a bit of a prick in this, but he's also a bounty hunter, or it feels like he's bounty hunting. And then he somehow gets captured and is locked up. And then it takes like the young, you know, naive girl to release him, which annoyed me.
Do you know what it is? He's the skateboarding dog with the sunglasses from the 90s. Character-wise, the one that just turns up and everyone's expect him to be cool, and it's now What's-His-Mush has gone home to his home planet. It's annoying because I like Jason. Actually, no, I don't like Jason Momoa. We know why.
Jason might like him even more.
I don't know. It looks. You're right. From the trailers, it looks cheap for a $230 million film.
It doesn't feel like a $200 million film.
Yeah,
it doesn't. Not even close.
The people have been comparing it to the Marvels, and because the Marvels was more more expensive than Doom, and one of them looked really fucking expensive and really good, and that didn't. And Marvels is that, and same with Supergirl.
Gonna say something controversial here. I preferred the Marvels, and I'll tell you why. Because Miss Marvel is actually quite a likable character. And the actress does a very good job. The actress is very charismatic and did a very good job. You might not like the writing, but she is likable on screen. There is no one in this that is likable other than Jason Momoa. I mean, even What's-Her-Face as Captain Marvel was better in the Marvels than she was in Captain Marvel. And no, actually, I mean, I didn't like the Marvels very much. I thought the baddie in that was really bad. But at least she had a semi-fucking motivation, and I'm not going back on. This bad guy is just bad. There's no explanation. There's nothing.
It's not right. So this is the thing that annoys me. Yeah, they should have introduced fucking Brainiac, so they could have him as a bad guy in the next film.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
It should have been.
They should have been building.
It should have been setting up Brainiac. Because that's the bit that pisses me off. Because you didn't necessarily have to have Brainiac. You could have had like a surrogate or something there, which could have pointed to it. Because it would have led back to the trauma of losing fucking Kandor, not fucking Mentos or whatever plant thing they described.
Argo, I think there is. Oh, you're gonna the explanation on that's gonna annoy you. It's really gonna annoy you. And you're going to come back and go, these fucking people with Superman bother you, but that didn't bother you. Yes, it bothers me, Gareth. I'm just saying, I'm not going to say everything in the movie that happens, but that's going to bother you as well. Well, go back to Superman for 1 minute, but changing the subject. Superman, regardless of what we say about it, started building a universe. It does. The one thing it does do is it sets out the universe. It builds the universe.
It feels like the universe is occupied by people and even more stuff.
Yes, it does that. That is one thing that it does, whether you like it or not. And there were certain aspects of that film that I thought in Superman were like, okay, it's building the Silver Age DC universe. Okay, we can go with that, right? But neither of the other things that have come since then, like Peacemaker Season 2 was fucking dreadful. And all it did was it showed how Lex Luthor got out of jail. That's it, right? That's the only thing it did.
I think they fucked that royally. Yeah.
Yes, they did.
You should have had it so Lex Luthor goes on trial and he gets fucking off.
Yes,
because
I
that
agree with you.
people would have loved that. And then what you can do then is then you can build up to when Lex Luthor becomes president, and then he gets impeached, and then he gets thrown in jail, and then he escapes, and then he causes havoc. Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. This film
is that kind of. I was watching. Have you watched the animation Superman Doomsday?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was watching that, and I just realised Doomsday's fucking the Incredible Hulk. Firstly, yeah, I watched that. It's just the Incredible Hulk. It's a bit more casual about killing people, and Lex Luthor and Superman was showing off how fucking smart they really are between the two of them. Yeah, and it was like kind of Superman's trying to cure cancer in his spare time. He's actually trying to do something really good for the world, and like. Okay, fair enough. And then you got Lex Luthor, who's also trying to cure, I don't know, it was Alzheimer's or something, or Parkinson's, and he figured a way of doing it, and he went, look, can you do it so we can make more money off the back of it, which is like an arsehole thing, because he's done the good deed of fixing it, and then he's done the arsehole thing of figuring out how to monetize it for as much money as possible, yeah? And we didn't get to see that in there in regards to that, because I like that, because that shows that they've kind of got something a bit more there.
I thought that the guy that was playing Lex Luthor was at least interesting, but again, it was let down by the thing. But what it does do is it builds a universe. Supergirl adds nothing. It builds nothing and it adds nothing. It shows Clark being a bit of a dweeb, right, and all good, goody two shoes. But you already know that. That was in the first film. This does nothing to build the universe. And I'm sorry, the thing, if we're going to talk about one thing that really fucking pissed me off about Superman above all else, and this is, you're going to agree, the parents.
Yeah, no, that still fucks me off now, because I was hoping that it would have. The other thing too, yeah, right, is Kara knows how to speak Kryptonian.
Yes, and she speaks Kryptonian in this.
She would have been able to fucking, anyway.
So the one good thing is when she turns up and he's been all dweeby going, oh, Earth is okay, Earth is good, and he's like, you don't understand me, because she's just speaking Kryptonian. And by the way, right, when you see Kara's father, who is obviously, what was it, brother, he's a good man, right? He's a good guy, right? And hints at Joel being a good guy as well. So what was that? And I think you're right. The one thing that you said is that they're going to undo it in the next one, and I think you're right, because it's already hinted at in this, right? But again, why was that there? What was the need for it? Why did we make his parents? He didn't really like his Earth parents and loved his his parents, which was never a Superman thing, and then we made them into like basically Space Hitler, and then his parents were actually really nice. There was none of that. Why fuck with that? You did not need to fuck with any of that, because that is kind of set in stone stuff.
What they could have done is they could have done it with it's like that as a moral question. We don't know what's saying because it's corrupt. Yeah, the data is corrupted. It doesn't work. Yeah, and he could be talking to his dad. It's like kind of dad. It's like his human dad. Yeah, brought him up. Dad, because they could be saying, I suppose, I'm here to conquer the planet. Because then you do what's right in your heart. Yeah. Regardless of what they say, they could be saying, look after the planet like you're doing at the moment. And it could have had this moral grey area where you could have this justification for Superman being an utter asshole. Yeah, and you could have left it blank and made us guess. Yeah, and that might have worked. But they didn't. I fucking hate the robots too. I've always hated the fucking Superman robots. Like E.T., fucking space Peter with a funny finger.
No, I agree with you on that. But I mean, in this, when Daddy sends Kara to save her, he goes, be a hero, save the planet. It's like, hang on, that's not how Kryptons have been depicted in Superman. So what's going on here? Right? What is happening? The mother seems to care about things. What's going on here? All right. And the dog's really annoying.
Their thing was bring up Clark right. I'm sure it was. She was sent there to look after Clark. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not there. It's a different origin. She's got a totally different origin in this.
Because there's a couple I've watched where I'm sure I've watched the cartoon one, which is the Bruce Timm's one, where you've got Supergirl and she wakes up and she's a bit pissed, yeah, because she was supposed to help him grow up and he's fucking older than her.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, I was supposed to do this job. Clearly, I was one thing I was supposed to do and I fucked that up. Yeah, and then the other thing that she'd been circling the fucking sun a little longer, so she got, when she first comes out, she's got a bit more fucking father vum in her without realizing it. So yeah.
No, look, it does nothing to add to a universe that I think is screwed. And I'm frustrated by the first movie for a multitude of reasons. We're not going to keep going over that because there are other reasons, and there are things that frustrate you that frustrate me about it, like the Act 2 thing. The fact that actually I quite like the guy that plays Superman, and I think he was done a disservice. I don't like the look of the Lanterns show so far from what I've seen, you know?
Oh no, that's dumb.
I didn't like the whole, we had to have the whole, I think DCU is dead on arrival. That's what I'm trying to say. It's going to be interesting when we come back at the end of the year and talk about this after we've seen Avengers. It's going to be.
I think I'm going to watch Avengers and go, there were some bits that I liked, but overall, what was that?
Well, we can go and see it together, so we can come out and do a review because I'll be there. So we'll go and see the Avengers. We'll go and see it in your nice cinema as well. Because your nice cinema is very nice. He has got a nice cinema near him. So we'll go and see that. And then I might be able to, if it pisses me off, I might be able to see, this bothers me. And then you might understand.
Yeah. I still need you to complain where you're so knocked about the fucking henchman, where there's
you might actually. I'll watch it again.
Are you sitting there thinking it's because they're like me, and usually it's not like me? When it comes
You've got me questioning it now, you fucker.
Yeah.
And why are you wearing the same colour as me again? We do not synchronise colours. We do not synchronise colours.
It's the other side of the fucking planet, and I'm still melting. I know why, because I've got the fan on, I've got the window open, and heat's kind of building up here. But we've spent a lot of time fucking arguing about Superman. Kind of come back to me why you don't like the henchman. If you turn around and say, yeah, Gareth, it's because they feel more like me than regular henchmen, and I wanted to know why, so I could avoid it. I go, okay, fair enough. It's mad, but at least I know, because not knowing does my fucking head in.
I have to watch it now. I'll have to watch it. You're going to make me watch that film again. God damn it. The part of it was that I felt like I'm missing something. There was part of that. It felt like, I know part of it was that it felt like they had a backstory that we weren't seeing. I know part of it was that we felt like they had a backstory. No, it felt like they had a backstory.
I've always said that if I was to do a Superman thing, I would do five films worth of Superman, yeah? And you would have Superman and Lex Luthor's kind of story running in parallel, yeah?
Yes.
Because he would be his kind of counterpoint to it, and you'd see you could introduce other characters and stuff through it, but you wouldn't have Lex Luthor necessarily as a bad guy. You'd have him getting away with a lot of shit, which would piss people off. So when he finally fucking cops it, you'd be quite.
I think
good.
Some of it, and I'll go and watch it again to confirm this. Some of it was that I felt we were missing something. That there was a. Partly it might be because they look like me, but partly they also had there were characters there, like you felt like they were trying to establish characters, but there was something missing, like a backstory or an explanation. Something was missing, and there is a throwaway line that I remember listening to again that went, "Well, that goes to explain some of it." And I think there were a bunch of people that had been screwed over by something. And that was what I felt like we were missing. But it is a blink and you'll miss it line. So I will go and watch the movie again and I'll explain it better. Okay. God damn it, you're going to make me watch that film again. But I will agree with you that I think it's the Shadow King in Spider-Man 4. That's the best explanation I've heard.
But the best one to have too.
Mm.
Shadow King would make a better villain.
I was going to talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender season 2 on thingy.
No one wants
it
to
is worth
listen to you
watching.
talk about benders. We don't know about any benders. The only bender we're interested in is Futurama Bender.
He's a great character.
He's the best
It does
bender.
suffer. It does suffer from being 3 years. But they made apparently season 3. They filmed season 2 and 3 back to back. So yeah, there you go. I'll go and watch it, and I will report back next week. I got some homework.
Okay. And on that note, it's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
Next week, Keith will figure out why he doesn't like the henchman in Superman. And thank you very much for listening to us go off on one. Bye-bye. Say goodbye, Keith.
Oh, goodbye.